do I turn?
He's going with me.
Oh, no, he's not.
Pop quiz. No talking. Here's a question. Multiple choice. You want to come home with me? A, yes. B, yes. Or C, yes. Tick, tick, tick. Time's up. Pencils down. What do you say?
None of the above.
He's going home.
I'm going with him.
Good boy. You get an A+.
You are seeing scenes from Queer as Folk, the highest-rated original series on Showtime, the premium cable network that brands itself with the phrase "No Limits." It's based on a highly successful British series of the same title, Queer as Folk, focuses on a group of gay men and women living in Pittsburgh. Queer as Folk is shot in Toronto, returned for its second season on Showtime in January as a major hit on that network. Now, you know, Peter, that there are many gays complaining that they don't like the way this lifestyle is portrayed. Mm-hmm. How do you respond?
Well, I think they're not watching the show. I think they're only responding to the press about the show, which is, oh, it's it's provocative. There's a lot of sex in it. There's drug use in it, which is true. My main statement about that is it's real. This is real. This happens. This is going on.
Gay life.
The people who are complaining about it are either ashamed of their own lives and mad that we're telling secrets, or they're looking for some sort of politically correct, best foot forward, Cosby Show type programming, which is not what this show set out to do. This show set out to tell the story of these people's lives, warts and all, and it's pissing people off. I don't apologize
Sharon Glass,
for that.
You're a two-time Emmy winner for Cagney and Lacey. This is not Cagney and Lacey.
No.
Is realism just more coming to the fore?
I'm sorry, Larry, what?
Is that what this is about, that television just gets more real all the time?
More real? Well, I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. I mean, that was the sort of the success of Cagney and Lacey, was that it was so real, first time out for a show like that. And I say the same thing for this show. I mean, you can't get too real. I mean,
Can you understand where it's disturbing to people?
Well, it depends on who the audience is. I imagine there's some audience that it disturbs, but everyone I talk to loves it because I hate that expression, pushing the envelope, but it is taking that next step towards showing the reality of the life of these kids. It's not everybody. It's just this group of youngsters.
Randy, do we know who the audience is? Do we know who's watching?
It's a huge audience. A lot of straight people, a lot of teenagers, a lot of gay people too. I think the fact that the show appeals to so many people on so many different levels sort of is a testament to the legitimacy of it.
Hal, do you have friends who watch who are straight?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they say?
Yeah, they're sort of, as friends of mine, they're proud of me for taking on the challenge, and doing something that a lot of people would do, but
no one has complained. No one has said to you, "What are you doing?"
No, some guy friends of mine say, I can't watch that part. I got to turn that part off, or else, I'll tape it and I'll fast forward through those things because it's hard for me. But they all agree that the storylines are compelling. The flashpoint of the show is the sex, and that's what people attach themselves to and kind of go, "This is what it's about." But if you watch the show, it's really about relationships, and in a lot of ways, it portrays relationships. Honestly, in a way that even straight portrayal of relationships doesn't do anymore. It becomes part of a cliche. So the first time you're seeing people having real arguments, and a lot of times, I've said this before, but I have dialogue in the show where my character is saying to his boyfriend stuff that my ex-girlfriend has said to me, and that's an interesting place to be in as a man. And really come to terms with, having those honest feelings.
You play, Peter, the character you play, understand, is really out there, right?
He's really out there.
He's
swishy,
as you might say.
You could say swishy. I wouldn't, but you could.
Danger in stereotyping there? Or do you know people like that?
I know people like Emmett. I wanted very much, Emmett, what I think is so great about Emmett is he's very effeminate, he's out there, he's unapologetically gay, and he really likes himself. He sort of figured out that he was okay. Whether or not you think so doesn't really matter to him. And I thought that was really revolutionary to see on TV.
Randy, as a gay man, does Peter's part offend you in any way?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's really affirming, actually.
Because?
Because you can see someone who's so out there and in a lot of ways is so much of what people assume is negative about being gay or what people make fun of in homosexuality or the way they view potentially homosexual behavior, and you see someone who loves themselves and is loved by everyone around them, and the audience loves him. It's great.
Hal, did you know this show would be as controversial as it is?
Yeah, absolutely. I had
No doubt about it.
No doubt whatsoever. You could tell from the initial script, and from being a person out in the world and aware of how things presently are. This show is important because it pushed that envelope, and therefore it couldn't have. Even if the controversy isn't hyper-verbal, there's not a lot of fighting between us and the moral majority going on. What controversy truly is there is between people and their own biases, their own homophobia that they didn't address.
Gail, you ever have any regrets over taking the part?
No. I don't.
None at all?
None at all. I mean, I've had an amazing experience growing as an actor, growing with my fellow actors. I've learned. And
what did he just whisper to you?
I can't repeat it.
Okay, we'll use that as a grabber. We'll take a break and come right back. We'll include some phone calls as well. At the bottom of the hour, other members of the cast, and later we'll meet the producers and a critic of Queer as Folk. You're watching Larry King Live. Don't go away.
There are many pleasures to be found here. Places that you're afraid to even think of going. I can take you there. But first you must surrender to me. Completely. Do you surrender?
Yes, I surrender.
Sir. You will call me Sir.